And welcome back to Local 4 News on this Sunday morning. And the old adage goes, money makes the world go round. But if you're looking to get your financial house in order for 2026, we got some professional advice.
Maybe you can't travel the world then if you're trying to get your finances in order. Dewey Steffen is the CEO and Chief Investment Officer at Great Lakes Wealth, and he came up with this list of the top 4 financial goals to help your family thrive. So first, pay down high interest debt, build that emergency fund, create and stick to a budget, and boost your retirement savings.
And Dewey is here right now with us, joining us right now at the desk. Good morning, Dewey.
Well, good morning. Good to see you both.
So we got a few questions for you. Let's get right to it. What's the best way when dealing with high interest debts? How should people be able to pay those off?
Well, you have to have a plan. So everything starts with a plan. We always say if you fail to plan, you plan to fail. So either try to find the ones that have a small balance and you can just get those taken care of, and that's one less card or one less monthly bill, or find the one that maybe has the highest interest rate. And that's really the way I would probably go about it. Find the one with the highest interest rate and try to get that one taken care of as soon as possible.
And how do you kind of consolidate your debt? Because that's something that can help in the long run.
Well, again, you can maybe try to consolidate by finding a line of credit or a loan that would be lower than what you currently have, and then try to see if you can move those other ones into it. That would be consolidating. Or if you can't consolidate, you need to pay it off.
What kind of mistakes do you see are the most common when people are tackling their finances and then trying to save? Because life is expensive.
Sure. Well, it's overspending for sure. So you think you can put it on your credit card, and then you do, and then you think you'll pay it off at the end of the month, and you don't even pay it off, and you don't maybe even make the minimum payment. So it's the spiral of debt. So really deal with that and don't do bad debt.
And it's like one other thing that comes with debt is that often it makes it hard for you to be able to save up. And people these days really need an emergency fund. But how are you able to do that? How can people kind of navigate that as an issue?
Yeah, so sometimes you might even want to start with that emergency fund. And so that's whether it's 3 months or 6 months, but 3 to 6 months minimum of your monthly expenses set aside for an emergency. Stash it in cash, so to speak. And then from there, you can kind of go through the other exercises.
But what would you do first? Say you have some debt and you're also looking to make that emergency fund. What would you do first? How do you tackle that?
I mean, it would kind of depend on the situation, but if you have no excess debt capabilities, if you're maxed out, then you might want to pay down some of that debt. But if you have some room in there, maybe at least make sure you have a few months. Because what happens if the worst things happen and you are separated from employment and you don't have 2 or 3 months saved? You can't make your bills, and that gets so worse.
I haven't heard it phrased that way, separated from employment. Yeah, sometimes that happens.
And really, one real quick question. How can people, at least starting this year, start to boost their retirement savings?
Yeah, so go on auto plan. So go ahead and put it on and maybe set it and forget it. So you can auto enroll and then you can auto contribute. So make sure you do that and really look at your company plan that they have to make sure if there's a match, you're always going at least to max out the match. That's free money.
One thing I like to do is just contribute, but like before the paycheck even hits my bank account, because I don't see it, and then I'm like, it's just out of mind.
Absolutely, that's the way to do it.
Because I've been listening to you.
Well, I appreciate that.
Of course, we got to listen to Dewey Steffen from Great Lakes Wealth. Thank you for joining us again this morning with really helpful tips about being able to take care of your money for 2026.
Absolutely. Happy New Year.
We'll have more coming up.